All right, guys, this is just for documentation's sake. This is the end of August 22, and it's a crazy time in this market, right? People say don't call it crazy, call it complex, or all that stuff. It's just crazy. It's unusual. Let's say it at that. We've got a war going on in Europe. We've got inflation out of control. You got a questionable stock market. You've got the crypto economy in the tank. You've got the Fed raising rates. You've got mortgage rates up. You've got people sitting on the pause button, and we're in our industry. So what's the market doing, right? And I love that question, and that's what I want to talk about today, because I'm talking with agents about making sure we put our seatbelt on in the passenger seat when we're cruising. Is this, right? Like what's going on in the market? Because there's times to be cocky and there's times where you can't be cocky. And let's talk about that from our agenting perspective and our advice to our customers, right? I'll give you a good example, and I want you guys to really think about this, because this is where we get paid, is the advice and our knowledge and our experience, right? We have 60,000 transactions finished. We've sold over $1 billion worth last year alone. And so we've got a good track record here, right? So people look to us for our advice and our counseling, and that's what it's important. So let's go back to an analogy for a second. Do you remember a year or two ago when you were running low on toilet paper and there was a shortage, and there were some people that were happy because they had a lot of it, and other people that were freaking out because they didn't, because it was super scarce and everything was nuts and the value of toilet paper was way up, right? So those with toilet paper and hand sanitizer were kings at the time, right? I remember paying $30 for a big jug of sanitizer just because I freaking wanted it, and I was willing to pay for it because it's supply and demand rules everything. So as we're going through our market with our clients right now in our inventory, we've got to consider it hand sanitizer and toilet paper, right? Every market is not a market, it's only a micro market. So right now we're cruising around, we're checking out all the construction projects going on right now, all of our projects and our listings and all here. And there's one resale flip assignment going on in one of the buildings that we sold for $1,250,000, right? And the way new construction goes is you have a 15-day inspection period called a right of rescission, and then the buyers can walk away for free and get their money back and go. But after that 15th day, they got to put down, in this case, $500,000. So, and that's today. So what's happening yesterday is the buyer is the one with the toilet paper and the hand sanitizer right now. And 6 months ago, the seller was the one with the toilet paper and the hand sanitizer. So the buyer's like, look, maybe it's posturing, maybe it's not, but it's the truth in this situation. I don't have to buy this. I'd like to buy it, but I don't have to buy it. So I want a $10,000 credit. You know why I want a $10,000 credit? Because I want a $10,000 credit. And if I don't get my $10,000 credit, I'm peacing out, right? So have fun, let me know what you guys want to go do. And then he walks out, drops the mic, heads out. So had this been 6 months ago, it would have been a really simple answer of go pound sand, because there's 8 other people I can just text and call right now that'll jump on it. The way the market is in this micro market of brand new $1.25 million condos, right, is the only thing that matters right now. So the seller and I had a conversation last night saying, look, yes, we'll sell it again. I don't know exactly when, and I don't know exactly for how much. Maybe the same, maybe more, maybe less, but that's the gamble. So my advice, if it were me, because I always look at a transaction, what would I do if it were me? In the market, the way that it is today, on August 25th of 2022, in the micro market topic that we're discussing right now, I would not gamble with the $10,000. I would give the credit happily and say, thank you very much, have a nice day, just because of the uncertainty I wanted to avoid in the next couple coming weeks, right? We had, like, global macroeconomics and politics and policies do matter. You had the right-hand man of Putin in Russia's daughter blown up in a car bomb, right? Maybe it's not relevant, but maybe it is. Because maybe there's going to be a retaliation this week, and maybe it's going to shake up the markets and cause people to hit the pause button more, or maybe it fades into oblivion. But either way, it's called a risk factor, right? So all of these little risk factors come into play where we have to actually think about them, right? So the advice to this actual seller was, if it were me, I would take it. Now we'll find out shortly, because we have an hour and 51 minutes until we have to make that decision. And whatever she does, she does. I know we'll sell it again, but I really truly don't know if we'd sell it for the exact same price within the next 30 days when the building's going to close out, right? So I want you to think about your home. If it's a 4-3 pool home in the best school district in the planet with people lining up around the corner and you could sell it over, you're the guy with the toilet paper and the hand sanitizer. And you could say, go pound sand, there's 18 more. But if your listings are getting to the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 days on the market, you don't have the hand sanitizer anymore. And I think it's important for us to really get into these mindsets and really dig into the micro market to realize, what kind of position are you in? Are you in the position of strength? Or you like to be, but you're not always. So if you are, act accordingly. And if you're not, act accordingly, right? So micro market, understand your positions, and sometimes third-party analogies like we're using with the hand sanitizer and toilet paper is important to use with your clients. So let's take that with what you will, and hopefully that helped you. But be strong when you can be strong, and be wise when it's not always necessary to be strong, if you might take a gamble unnecessarily. So educate, empower, encourage, BE3, that's what we're all about. Just a good example, and hopefully that helps you in your next negotiation.